So this is my first product review I do on YouTube, so forgive me, it's not perfect, but it's more important the content I'm talking about. So this is the review about the Engwe Y600 budget, a low budget scooter, which is surprisingly inexpensive, but you can definitely say you get what you pay for in this case. So let me start with this one. This is my scooter I had so far, the Segway 9bot, and I would say this is a really good scooter for what it is supposed to be doing. It's stable, rigid, and does exactly what you expect from a scooter, at least what I expect. Now this is the scooter I unboxed today, and I was super excited to see how this would perform. So I put it all together and did a simple ride. So let me talk about the good things first. The odometer works very well and is in very good agreement with my GPS speedometer, so no problem there. What confused me at the beginning is when you do the charging, you cannot turn the scooter on. The display will simply quickly fade away, and first I thought, okay, something is severely wrong. Anyway, I put the scooter together, tightened up all the screws as much as I can. Let's get started. So the first thing, the stem. The stem you can extend, which is nice, but when you do the driving or the riding, it is super wobbly. So it goes back and forth depending if you accelerate or if you brake. Now, if you accelerate with this little lever here, this is the worst controller I have ever encountered. Nothing is really reproducible. Even if you go to the same position, sometimes it gives you a certain power, sometimes it does not give you a certain power. And if you want to do a slow start, it's basically like an on-off switch. It just puts all the power in, or a lot of power, and it jerks you forward. Then you take it off and you decelerate quickly. I should say this scooter has no regenerative braking. It's supposed to be this one, which allows you a much smoother ride overall. So the controller is super awkward and has no refinement in the way you can actually control your speed. The only way it works well is when you go full speed. So there's nothing else to do, and it just puts the full power in your system. Then the next thing is, if you want to do the braking, it has these two, oops, on the other side. It has obviously the disc brakes, front and rear. And these are the worst disc brakes I ever encountered. They also almost like digital on-off. So if you go downhill, you cannot simply set a certain brake force. The motor is off and you want to decelerate or keep a lower velocity. It just does a jerky. Either it kicks in the brake or it releases the brake. I mean, really bad. I don't know who actually put something like this together. The scooter is low budget, and I can only assume whoever designed it, they used the cheapest parts on the market and said, let's make a scooter out of it. And that's what you get. So I would not give this scooter to a kid because it's simply unsafe the way it behaves. Then we have the nice seat. The seat is wobbly. No matter how much you tighten the screw, it is wobbly, simply based per construction. Overall, the seat is foldable, wobbly too. So all you basically riding on a rubber scooter. I would call it. Everything is moving. So I'm a little bit puzzled. All the reviews I looked at, do these reviewers not care about stability of scooters, or what do they look for? Or will they say, oh, I just got an outlier, it's just a bad scooter, a bad version. But I don't believe it. The way you look at the way it's constructed, this is just what it can do, and maybe not much better. So this is my quick review. And what is it good at? Yes, it goes, I weigh about 155 pounds, and I got around 27, 28 miles per hour. As I said, the odometer is pretty much in agreement with the GPS speedometer, so no problem there. The lights work, the horn works, all these things work. The foldability I think is nice, but it still is a wobbly overall scooter, which scares the hell out of me to go at a higher velocity. My 9-bot can only do maximum, I get 19 miles per hour, but I have no fear when I'm riding 19 miles per hour on this scooter. However, on this scooter, it scares the hell out of me, because I couldn't actually do a normal slow braking, because it simply kicks in and it does a really jerky motion when you're on the scooter. Also, the scooter bed is kind of short, and the angle of the stem is tilted very much to the back, so you don't have a lot of balancing space in the driving direction, which makes me also fear, like if you accelerate, maybe then you do easily a wheelie or fall off on the back. So I think that's all I have to say right now. And I would just suggest anyone who wants to or considers this scooter should be aware that these are my complaints, and maybe they are real and show up in the other models, not models, but in the other scooters people buy too. But either I'm a more careful rider, because I don't do it so often, compared to these professional reviewers. They probably could ride on a scooter that almost falls apart and say, oh, this is a great scooter, I can super balancing it. I cannot. I feel very unsafe. How can you feel safe with a disc brake front and back that really does not allow you a very well controlled braking force? Either you brake or you don't brake. It's just insane. And then you go down the hill, you have let's say you have adjusted to a certain braking force, and suddenly it releases it, no more braking. And then you need to readjust. I mean, how is this possible? I don't even know. I don't know enough about the disc brakes. What is the bad part? Is it the disc or is it the pads? It's probably not the mechanism, how you pull on it. But overall, this is just, it's just insane to have a product like this on the street. And all I can say, I don't recommend this scooter at all. If you, I don't know what's available. I mean, this is a $550 scooter, and you can get a $100 rebate. So this is really a low price. But if it's such a poor, not quality, but design, then it's an unsafe scooter and no fun. And that's, for me, it's no fun. I was so excited to receive this computer, but with this behavior, I think I simply go back to the old 9-bot, which I just had to repair with a $200 battery. First I thought, okay, that doesn't make sense either. For $470 I get a new scooter, and here I pay $200 for a 9-bot battery. But I tell you, the 9-bot scooter is a much, much better solid scooter than this thing here. So this is all I wanted to communicate, and you make up your own mind. You can talk to the other reviewers, and they have their own opinion, but to me, this is a really bad scooter. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.